Behind me is my 2019 Tesla Model 3 long-range all-wheel drive. Bought it about 2 years ago. I have about 33,000 miles on it. And today I'm going to do a range test. My car, when I bought it brand new, was rated at 310 miles. I'll be honest, I've never pushed it that far. The most I've ever pushed it was about 292, I believe. So today I thought I'd try to see how far, after 2 years and 33,000 miles, the car can go on one charge. I'm currently sitting at the Glen Allen charger. It's in Virginia. We picked out a route down 95 to Florence, South Carolina, which is about 307 miles. Not sure we'll make it, we'll see. When I did purchase the car, I purchased it with the 19-inch sport rims. I have swapped those out to the 18-inch OEM Aero wheels, and I will be putting the hubcaps on to see if it helps with the range. So we're going to see how far I can get on a 100% charge. We're going to go straight down 95. I'm going to try to keep between 70 and 75, whatever traffic's doing. I'll have the cruise set at 75, but I'll try to stay at least at 70. This is not scientific by any means. I'm just curious how far I can actually go in my 2-year-old Model 3 that was originally rated for 310 miles of range. So come along with us and we'll see what we can do. Okay, we're sitting here in Glen Allen, Virginia, trying to charge up to 100%. We're currently at 92. I've already routed us to Florence, South Carolina supercharger. It's 307 miles from here. This car is rated at 310, at least it was brand new. It's 2 years old and 33,000 miles on it, so we may be pushing it, but we're gonna try. I did bring the Aero hubcaps to put on, so we're gonna put those on right before we leave to see if that helps. And hopefully we make it to Florence. If not, looks like we'll have to stop in Lumberton, North Carolina. So we'll be here another 15 minutes or so to top off, and then we'll get on the road. All right, now that we've charged up to 100%, I'm gonna swap out these center caps here and put the Aero hubcaps on. See if that helps with range. So let's get the hubcaps on. These are actually the brand new Aero hubcaps that I purchased off eBay. So it's the 2021, I believe, version of the Aero hubcaps. So let's get these on. You can see they pop off and on pretty easy. And there we go. So let's see how far we can get. We are charged up to 100%. Right now, the car is predicting that's 298 miles. So we are about 9 miles short of our destination. Alright, we're about 10 miles in. I've set the cruise control on 70. I'll try to keep 70 for the entire trip. I won't go any faster than 75. I want to do a real world test. So this is how I would drive. I got the air conditioner on, set at 70 degrees. It is currently 89 degrees outside. We'll see how far we can get. Right now it's saying we will get there with -1%. So if we can do better on the efficiency, right now we're doing 266 watt-hour per mile. So if we can get that to drop, we might make it actually. We're at the 100-mile update. We are at still 254 watt-hour per mile, which is a little bit higher than what I wanted to be. We're showing -4% to get to Florence, which is still 211 miles away, and our predicted range is 187. So not as efficient as I thought it would be. So I think for the sake of the test, I may change it and run up to about 150 miles and turn around and head back to where we were. Mainly because there's more charges up there and than there is going south. And I really want to push this till we get to almost zero. So I want to have a spot to kind of make sure we get to a supercharger. So that's the 100-mile update. I'll do another one, probably another 50 miles when we turn around and see how far we get. So I said I want this to be real world. It's real world. We've been traveling for about 130 miles. Had to pull over for a little potty break. We are in North Carolina at the Nash County Rest area. So we're probably going to turn around in about another 20 miles or so. The car is showing -5% to make it to Florence. My problem is there is only one charger between here and Florence, and it would, if I pass that charger, we probably won't make it to Florence based on what our charging or what our percentage is right now. So we're going to turn around in about another 20 miles when we get to about 150, and then try to make it back to Glen Allen. It would still be about 300 miles. We may or may not make it, but at least there's more chargers up that way. So if we can't make it to Glen Allen, there's other options to pull off so we don't get stranded. So let me show you what's going on here. 130 miles, 250 watt-hour per mile. I was hoping that'd be around the 240 area. That's what this car is rated as. So as you can see, it says 5 cents to get to Florence. So we're going to probably turn around and redo that. We got 157 miles left, but Florence is 182. So you can see why I'm going to change our little test here. But the car is actually doing great. We're just cruising, listening to music. I have been able to keep 70 miles an hour, which is great. People are flying past me like I'm standing still, of course. But the speed limit is 70. We have the HVAC on, the music blasting. So that's why I wanted to do a real test to see how far this car go with me just driving it normal. I'm not hypermiling. I'm not driving behind any semis to try to draft. So like I said, just a real world test of how far this car will go. I don't know if the aero wheels are making a difference or not. This seems to be about what I average with the 19-inch sport wheels. I'll go back to Teslafy and see on my big trip what we average with the 19-inch wheels on it. But either way, still a nice little ride. It's a great day. There's no wind. Right now we are at 88 degrees. It is 5:30 p.m. So we're just moving along. So I will give another update when we turn around, see where we are as far as percentage or miles projected, and update you then. We made it to our 150 mile, well, in this case 152 mile turnaround point. We are in Wilson, North Carolina. You drove for about an average 251 watt-hour per mile, and we've used 38 kilowatts of the battery. So right now it's saying if we kept going, we would get to Florence with a negative 4% on the battery. Let's see here. We have 133 miles in the battery. So what we're going to do, we're going to change it, and we're going to head back to where we started. So let's cancel this. And let's go to Glen Allen. Let's see what it says. So first it's going to do, it's going to try to get us to stop in Rocky Mountain charge for 15 minutes. I'm going to remove that charging stop and see what it says. So 3%, so better than 5%. So I'm gonna turn around, see if we can make it back to Glen Allen without charging. That should be another 152 miles if the odometer is correct. So that means we'd be at 304, which would probably be the most I've ever gotten out of this car. So we're at a McDonald's. We may go in and grab a snack or something, and then we're gonna get back on the road and see if we can make it back to Glen Allen. So this is the first time I've had the Aero wheels on the car. I'm used to seeing the 19-inch sport wheels, and this is what it looks like with the 18-inch Aero wheels. What do you think? I don't think they look too bad, actually. These are the new Aero wheels, the ones that come on the 2021 Model 3, which I like much better than the older ones. But doesn't look bad. I have to say I do notice a slight ride difference. It's a little bit softer ride. You really only notice it when you're cornering, I guess. With the 19-inch wheels, felt a little bit more planted in the corners. Not that these are bad, it's just the 19s felt more sporty, better, a little bit better handling when it comes to the corners. As far as cruising the highway, these are a softer ride, more comfortable ride, I think. Not quite as bumpy, but either way, either option I think will be good, depending on what you want when you go to buy one. We're at the 200 mile mark, actually 205. We are at 249 watt hours per mile, so it's ticking down a little bit, but we are still showing 0% arrival at Glen Allen. 94 miles left to get to Glen Allen, and our car is showing 77. But it says 0, not negative, so we'll see what happens. So we're at the 205 mile mark. Let's see if we can show this here. 248, so it's still ticking down, so that's a good thing. But we're still showing 0% arrival. Traffic's been decent. We've been able to hold 70 miles an hour pretty much the whole way, which is what I want to do. And we're currently at 93 feet of elevation. Okay, we are done with our experiment. Did we make it to Glen Allen? No. We made it to Chester, Virginia, which is probably about another 20 miles from Glen Allen. We came in with 4 miles left. We drove 283 miles. Used 67 kilowatts, and we averaged 238 watt hours per mile. According to the navigation, if we had tried to make it to Glen Allen, we would have showed up with -8%, so that means we would not have made it. So we rerouted here, thinking this would be a good spot, which it was. Good trip all in all. So I'm gonna go ahead and get plugged in here. Hope you guys enjoyed the trip. Not quite sure what we learned. The car does great. Almost got 300 miles, but it's a 2-year-old car with 33,000 miles on it. So what can you expect? I think it did really good.